proficiency or I don't have the skill to learn this language. So don't think like that. Okay, so this is just something like a language. Okay, so if you want to learn language, so for example, your mother tongue maybe Tamil or Telugu or Malayalam. Okay, sometimes if you are asked to learn Hindi, you learn it. Okay, so likewise, it is a programming language. So it is easy to learn. So there is nothing like a skill. So only people who have the skill to learn Hindi can learn means it's difficult. Okay, so everybody can learn, right? So that is the first thing you have to develop in your mind. Okay, so when you come for this top 10 language, so top 10 language is Python. Have you heard about Python? Have you all heard about Python language? Just raise your hands. Hand option. Yes, very good, very good. Good. Okay, good. It's very happy to. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the Python, it is good. It is the fastest growing language. You all know, right? So, and it has well built frameworks, and it is an open source language. What is open source? So that language that can be programmed. If you open Google, just to open Google Cola, you can be able to code it. Okay, so it is available open, right? So it is widely explored by researchers and industries also, and be used for popularly it is used for web development. Okay, if you want to develop a web page, so now you are all well active. I know this age guys are well active in social media and also in web page. Few students may know web page developments or development also. Okay, so this Python language is popularly used for this web development. Okay, and very important thing is nowadays the emerging technology like ML and AI. ML is machine learning and AI is artificial intelligence. So for these technologies, we use Python as the most important language. Okay, it's very important, right? So the next language popularly used language is PHP learning. Okay, so PHP, how many of you heard about this programming language PHP? Please raise your hand. PHP? No one? Yes. So it is actually for maintaining this personal website like Facebook and Yahoo, even they are being using this PHP. Okay, it's less popular, but it has a lot of advantage. So it is more widely used. Then the third language is Kotlin. How many of you heard about this Kotlin? Kotlin, please raise your hand option, Kotlin. So this is developed by JetBrains. Okay, so it function along with Java. So Java programming, how many of you heard about Java language? Java is good, very good. Yes, thank you. Okay, so you all heard about Java, right? So this Kotlin, it is also a form of Java language. So it is used by Android developers and web development also. Okay, particularly for server side backend development, we go for this Kotlin. Okay, and Google apps. Many of the Google apps are mainly based on this Kotlin language. So if you have not heard about this language, so just learn this language. So you have a language called Kotlin. So it is a version of Java. Sometimes we say, and also it function along with the Java. Okay, and it has many Android developers are using this, preferring this language. Okay, then even Coursera website. How many of you know Coursera? How many of you are doing online courses? Coursera, and we have free license, and you can do without paying in Coursera. How many of you are familiar? Please raise hand. Yes, very good. Okay, even this Coursera, so it is developed using this Kotlin software only. Okay, so then R programming. R programming, how many of you learned R programming? Not learned, at least heard about the term R programming. So it is developed in 1992. Yes, very good, very good. So, brilliant, I guess. Okay, so this programming, so it is for statistical analysis language, mainly used in data science. Okay, so data science, then machine learning. So most of the companies are now using this language. Accenture, Capgemini, CTS. So they are often using this R programming language, but it is somewhat difficult to learn. when compared with Python. Okay, then Java, it's a familiar language, even though it came 1991. Why it is so popular, Java? Means because Java is an object-oriented programming language. Okay, so since Java is an object-oriented programming language, it's many more popular and it's always in demand language. Okay, but a lot of versions come, right? So, but now Java 15, above 15 is the we have to use. Okay, so 15 and 8 version have lot of difference. Okay, but Java, it is updating every now and then, but it's a very good language. Okay, then finance and banking services to web development, desktop applications, all this use this Java. Okay, next language is Swift. I guess most of you are not aware of this language. Anybody know this, heard about the Swift language? Wow, super. Okay, very good. Yes. So this is as a general purpose. It is an open source language. Okay. So you can easily learn this language because it is open source. So you'll get the you can download the software and you can download it and you can download the development environment and you can start coding. Okay. So actually more than half of the Apple. So if you are familiar with the iPhone, if you are using iPhone, most of the people have know this software. Okay. So know this language. So it is Apple iPhone. More than half of the Apple app store applications are built in using this Swift. Okay, then JavaScript. So what is the difference between Java and JavaScript? In anyone? Java is for front end development. Okay, and JavaScript it's back end development. So that's a major difference. So for web development, sometimes we use for front end also. Sorry, some this JavaScript we use for front end and sometimes we use for back end also. Okay, so using add-ons we can use mainly for developing games. Okay, for JavaScript we use for developing games and Internet of Things. So it's for your specializations, one of the important language. Okay, then C++. C++ is one of the oldest language, so we are going to learn, but it's more efficient language. So all-time popular language. Okay, so if you know this language, you can learn any object-oriented programming language easily. Even Java also you can learn. Okay, it's a flexible programming language, right? And Adobe, Microsoft, Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so that is using this C++, Microsoft, Google. They are using this C++. Okay, for mobile solutions, mainly for game development. Still, the C++ is used embedded systems. So, learning C++ is a very important thing because it is coming one of the top 10 languages. Okay, and also it has a feature that the base of all the other all the object-oriented programming languages. Okay, Golang. Golang. How many of you have heard about Golang? Golang. Those who are working with the Android may be knowing. Okay, it is developed by Google in 2007 only. Okay, for app development as well as web development. After this Golang only, lot of apps are coming now. Okay, so a few startups like Uber, they are also using this. Uber software also opted for this Golang software only. Okay, then C Sharp. How many of you heard about C Sharp? Yes, good, good. Yes. Okay, C Sharp, it is another object-oriented programming language. So it's about lot of libraries. Okay, so it's a best choice after C++. So it is developed for developing Windows and applications. We go for this C Sharp and also for virtual games. Okay, so virtual games and softwares and this websites like Amazon are using this C Sharp, Microsoft. So from this, we know that as the technology is growing day by day, developers need to update themselves. Okay, so they to stay on the stage. So that means to stay on this platform. So even if you are just learning this language, this technologies, to stay on this after your 4 years, you'll learn all the technologies and you'll go out, right? So using the base learned technologies, you should be capable of